What up? And we are live. We are back. The hunt is on. I am Tony Sanders, and as usual, I got my bros with me. Jeffrey Komikhan Henson.
What's going on, guys?
JD's getting a drink, so
he's here.
But we have our special guest tonight,
yes.
ComicHead84
in the building. Tony, thank you for having me on. I'm pumped for the your channel, JD's channel, dropping knowledge. Jeffrey, honestly, guys, like your shows got me pumped to get on camera and like mix it up. You guys are awesome.
Well, glad to have you on, man.
Yeah.
Thanks. So the rules of the game is like we always do. We show what we found in the wild, 6 books, and then from there, it doesn't matter where we get them from. It could be from eBay. It could be a trade on it. Yeah, garbage can, free book, Instagram. It doesn't matter as long as you got the book. As long as you hunted the book down and you wanted it. So we show 6 books. After the 6 books, we do the hustle of the week, and then we do the theme cover, which was JD had a long one, man.
Yeah, I probably had a few beers.
So, but the theme cover was your favorite hero not on their cover. So it'd be like Jeffrey likes the Hulk, but he has to have a book with the Hulk, but not on a Hulk book.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
well, I guess I got that backwards.
Yeah,
I got a Hulk book without the Hulk on it. Is that okay?
That's fine. We'll give you a pass.
We will throw that rule out the window for Jeffrey.
Throw that out. We'll call it the Jeffrey rule.
I'm glad you said that because I had the theme mixed up for a while too. Like last minute, I had to like call audible, and I was like, all right, well this one technically applies. So I had to pull some shenanigans too to make this fit, Jeffrey. So,
cool. We're good then.
Yes.
So Jeffrey, we got some people in the chat. You want to give a shout out?
Yeah, of course. Who do we got tonight? Oh, we got Chad 90 Mother effing Comics in the house. What is up, buddy? Good to see you tonight. My boy, Comic Books NYC. Always good to see you, man. I got issues 2319. Good to see you, man. Hope everything's going well with you. ComicHead84 is with us tonight. Good to see you. Who dat Comics and Movies. Good to see you tonight, buddy. Perry Comics. Hey, how are you doing tonight, man? Heather Johnson. How are you doing tonight, Heather? Hope you're having a wonderful evening. DS Comics. What is up, bro? How are you doing tonight? Gomez, Comic Collector. Good to see you, man. Whitewell, our buddy Alec over at Whitewell Comics. Good to see you. Great show you did last night with Tony on What's Your Grail. Mr. Garrell, what's going on, Mr. Garrell? I noticed you said hi to Comic Head, but not to me. That's kind of messed up, man. What's up? Model Vault, good to see you. Stay Puff in the house. Good to see you, my buddy. Metarog, always good to see you. Biggie Shack Comics, what is going on? Black Key Comics, good to see you tonight. Knights of Old, all you guys. Hope you're all having a wonderful evening. Thank you all for tuning in to see us tonight.
The man that does it the best.
He really does.
My favorite part of the show, for the record.
Like, see, Jeffrey, they don't come for the books or me or JD's knowledge or anything like that. They come for you, dude.
They don't
Come for the shout-outs.
That's my favorite part, man. I love acknowledging all you guys because if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't have a show. So we appreciate all you guys and love all your support. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you all.
Very emotional. Thank you.
So, all right, JD.
Okay, so I did a lot of buying and a lot of trading, a lot of selling this last couple of weeks. You saw I did a little 2-minute music video of books I got. I'm gonna highlight 3 of them right now. One of them from my good friend Mr. Tony Sanders. I showed a book last time for Jeffrey that was done by one of my favorite artists. So this one I'm going to show by same artist.
Bernie Wrightson.
Tony Sanders, Bernie Wrightson, Captain Marvel. This is number 43. I got 3 Bernie Wrightsons there, as well as a couple other books for $100. But I was really happy about that haul and everything else. But I'm going to focus in on this one right here because this got Drax in there. This is a Bernie Wrightson Captain Marvel, the only one he did. And Tony, this is for you because you are who you are. Thank you very much.
face, man.
That's the first book.
He'll kick me because like a while back there was that same book that you have right there, and it was supposedly signed by Bernie Wrightson, and and I was gonna get it, and like when I went, it's one of them deals where it's like, you want to get it, but like you kind of goof around for a little bit, and then you go get it, and it's gone.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, so I was mad about that, but
yeah.
So Jeffrey.
Yes, sir.
What do you
started off? Okay. So I picked this one up, and it goes into the category of my Storm covers, book with Storm covers. So this is officially my oldest X-Men book, issue number 103. This is a Cockrum cover, it's got Juggernaut on it, Storm right there. So,
Black Tom Cassidy.
That's right, man. It's a cool looking cover. I had to get that one.
Heck yeah. Oh, JD, was that your first books, or was it?
Big pull, man.
That was my first book.
Okay, cool. I was making sure. And I guess I will go. Well, I showed this book the other night, but I'm showing it again.
Get him.
Because I got it from a good friend of ours, an endangered animal, a panda, and we all know that the pandas, are loved. And I love that. I love that guy because he sent me the first appearance of Captain Marvel. Yeah, sent me the first appearance of Captain Marvel. Thank you. I got issues. You the man.
He's such a good dude. I like Chris a lot. Can I say his real name?
I think so.
Yeah. I think he says it all the time. Yeah.
Okay.
But the letter I got with that, man, like the letter you sent me, I forgot to mention that yesterday, but I got issues, man. I'm not gonna read it or nothing, but I'm saying the letter you sent me, dude, that was deep, dude. I appreciate that, man. Thanks.
Tony coming out the gate hot with Captain Marvel.
Comic Head, what do you got for us, bro?
All right, man. And I will mention this, that I made a point to, in the stuff that I was hunting, I wanted to find a book that's like kind of like a nod to each of you guys on the show. So heads up on that. Even though, let me mention that I was bummed that I had one book that was going to come in slabbed. It was saying it was going to arrive all week today, but it's coming tomorrow. But it was a bondage cover, which Mr. JD put me onto. I didn't know of such a thing. I was like, a what? And it says it on the keynotes. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
So stay tuned to like my Instagram or something. But I still got one in there for you, JD. All right.
Very nice.
Enough of that. Picked up Who Let the Dogs Out? Detective Comics.
Ooh.
1960s. I love Joker covers, man. I love this era of Detective too. Carmine Esposito.
Carmine, yeah. Yeah.
Some of my favorite Batman work from this era. And you know what's cool about this? It's not a super high grade, and it has a subscription crease right down the middle. But the symmetry of it follows right down the bridge of Joker's nose and starts at his widow's peak. So I was like, you know what? That's kind of cool. I like the symmetry of it.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with little Joker covers, man. That is good.
Yeah, man. So I had to show Batman some
That's
representation.
beautiful.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy with it. Thanks. That was the one eBay book for this week. Everything else I went out and got my hands dirty.
Oh, yeah. Infantino. Metarog, that is right. JD.
All right, let's show some Golden Age. What do you think? Let's show some bondage because he brought it up. I'm going to save this in a little bit.
All right. This
is a Fiction House Jungle Comics number 69 from 1945 in a slab. It is an 8.0, 1945. I picked this up.
Is that white pages?
No, it's not white pages. Very hard to find a white page book from this era. But this, I actually showed a few people that I was getting this, and I was nervous about it. And I put a low bid out there, and with like 4 minutes to go, I said, let me up it by $20 just in case. And it wasn't that. I mean, I got this about half price from what some big time Golden Age guys. They even said, he goes, you probably got 1/3 the price of what it should be. This is an 8.0. You can see the bondage right there. This is a Joe Doolin cover. It doesn't say it on there. It's Matt Baker art. Matt Baker did the elephant, and Joe Doolin does the girl.
Yeah, Stephen O said Matt Baker. Yeah.
Yeah, this is some Baker work here, and then DS Comics. If you're out there, you're gonna love this stuff. But I'm a big fan of this cover. You know, Jumbo 69 is the harder. It's not an elephant cover, but that's the first Baker work. And the same time this came out, this is around a couple of issues later on. So this is an early Baker art, and it's just some really good stuff. He's a legend. He's one of my favorite artists ever. And I'm just gonna. It's JoJo and Women right there. She's tied up a little bit, and you have the elephant right there. So an 8.0 Jungle Comics number 69. There's the 8.0, just so I can trying to look at that. There you go. So there you go.
Hey, who publishes a book like that?
Fiction House.
Fiction House.
They're very known for doing Planet, Fight, Wings, Jungle, Jumbo. Those are some of the common names. Usually one title names, and everything's got a name. So it's Planet Comics, Wings Comics, Fight Comics, Jumbo Comics, Jungle Comics. That's all Fiction House. Some great stuff.
What year was that one?
1945. That was September of 1945.
Wow. 8.0. Amazing.
Yeah, I got real. I mean, I was shocked that when I was like, it's all I'm going to bid, and it came in $6 less than what my max bid was. So, and it wasn't that much.
Lucked out on that one.
All right. Well, you know, even a blind nut finds a squirrel, right? Beers are going down like beers, my friend.
Oh my god. So, Jeffrey.
Back with the X-Men theme again. I got issue number 132. It's another one of my Storm covers right there. Go in my collection.
Sebastian Shaw.
Yeah.
Hellfire Club.
Right. It's a Byrne, and who else? Austin, it says. I don't know who Austin is, but Byrne cover. So pretty cool. I'm rapidly building my collection of Storm covers up. So that's another one to go with it. This is an Eagle Award winner. 5 Eagle Awards, so you guys know.
And I love that costume too, because usually like the 90s like Jim Lee costumes are my favorite for the X-Men across the board, but Storm's the exception. I prefer that black suit with the connected cape to
over
the all silver.
Yeah, because then from there she kind of goes into that like punker with the with the hawk and the black leathers and everything. So
I like black leather. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well, that's cool, man. Like, well, knowing's half the battle, and since that's the case,
wow.
Nice.
Hey guys.
Snake. Yep. First Storm Shadow, the silent issue.
Nice.
So
I used to watch that cartoon as a kid, and I remember at the end of every cartoon they'd have like some little message that they would put out to like try to make you like know what's going on, like make you smarter about something. Knowing's half the battle. Yeah, right.
So yeah, I found this in my at a shop, and I was like, cool. And I believe it's probably a first print. It was like,
I'm looking for a first appearance of Zartan in the comic.
what issue was that one?
I don't know. I'm trying to find it because my
buddy has like a whole stack of this stuff.
Apparently, I owe my cousin in Texas one. When we were kids, he lived in New York, and apparently I stole his comic book and his figure, which I know his little brother stole his Zartan figure because it used to change color in the sunlight. So.
Well, that's cool. All right, Comic Head.
Okay, so I dig the whenever Marvel and DC crossed over, I was always into it, especially pre that amalgam event. You know, the older school ones, the Treasury Edition ones were cool, and this one's one that I always wanted to pick up. X-Men and Teen Titans.
Wow, that's a nice shape. Newsstand.
Yep. Chris Claremont, Walt Simonson team up. And this is one of the, sometimes they're not like the best reads, but this one reads really good. Darkseid kind of like almost turns Dark Phoenix into like his little herald. Pretty cool story. And this thing is just in crispy shape.
Nice.
I was okay spending the $20 on it, especially with the shape that it's in.
And it's a newsstand.
Newsstand, baby. Yeah, and I'm a fan of teal green, so I was in.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Are you a Dolphin fan by any chance?
No, but it's funny you say that because growing up, because I live in New England, so it's a Patriot situation. But my cousin is a huge Dolphins fan from like the Dan Marino, Don Shula days, and he has the Dolphins logo tattooed on his arm. So.
Oh man, I bet
he
lives up there with y'all.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, I bet he catches all kinds of stuff for that, doesn't he?
Yeah, but you better wear long sleeves, brother.
My wife wanted to name our son Dan Marino Dwyer. Was not going to happen. I'm a Giant fan. She's a crazy Dolphin fan. She's got Dolphin. Half the house is Dolphin over there. I let her
That's
have
a nice ring to it.
Yeah.
Hey, Comic Head, the Slab Dragon said you should put that on Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
I will. I'll be happy. I'm happy to tee you up so you can.
Yeah, right.
All good, brother.
Oh man.
I'm going to show a little blonde headlights right now. I picked up. It is my turn, Tony.
Yeah, yes, it's your turn.
It's celebration to the Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel movie, Miss Marvel movie, whatever. I didn't see it yet, but while I was there, I was able to pick up a book for the price of a song, and it's because it's it needs a press, but that's it. I mean, it's in really nice condition, and it was part of a negotiation on a bigger book that was a swap and everything else. But I did pick up the first appearance of Raven Darkholme, also known as Mystique. And this goes with my 17, which I keep over here at all times because I'm debating on getting that slab. This is my mintiest book of that era I have. But another good headlight shot, by the way, Dave Cochran right there. But here's some headlights for it. And this is the first one here. I'm looking to get a nice 18 as well. I'm working on it. But it's just one of those books that I'm very happy to get. And big fan of this run. I like the Miss Marvel run more than I like most of the Captain Marvel runs. Yes, honey, I mentioned Dan Marino. So she came down right away. I know. But there you go. And Raven Darkholme, she actually appears in these two, but she's not Mystique yet. You don't know who it, you don't upside down. You don't know who it is yet because she's actually, spoiler alert, she's Nick Fury. Just saying, if you want to make the Miss Marvel really good, throw a little bit of Nick Fury, maybe a scroll or whatever.
I have 16, 17, and 18 all slabbed.
Yeah, I'm thinking about these are definitely going to be slabbed eventually. I'm just waiting till I get 18 to get them all together.
Yeah, 17 has the best cover though. I agree.
Dave Cochran. Look at Dave Cochran's work.
Love that one.
Newsstand. Well, they were all newsstand back then, but
Jeffrey, what do you got, Jeffrey?
Should I do an unboxing?
Oh, do it. Yes, do
okay.
it.
For my next book, I'm gonna unbox because I just got it in the mail today.
Well, while you're unboxing, I'm gonna go ahead and show my next book.
Okay.
So, this book is special to me because I was inspired by one of my fellow Hunt brothers to go out and get this book because he kept talking about it. And I was like, man, you know what? Let me see about this book. And I went out and got me one. And I hope, because I get so many packages that come to my house, I hope I sent the right one.
Yeah, yeah, me too. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Okay. So for my next, oh wait, I'm not done yet. It's in another package. Here we go. Okay, so for the next book that I'm gonna show, I just picked this one up right now. Boom!
What?
Incredible Hulk 102. I've been looking for this book for so long, and I haven't been able to have the opportunity to find it.
He TJ'd you on the grade, Tony.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He had to have the better one.
Oh man, like I'm holding it in my hand right now, dude. Like this is insane.
Look at his reaction, man. This is awesome.
Dude, oh man, I don't. Thank you so much. Tony bought this for me in case you guys didn't know. If you want to see a reaction, you should go watch that video. But Jesus, I never. This was like, okay, I'm going to WonderCon Anaheim and at the end of the month. My whole point, I was going to go there and try and find this book. That was the only reason that I was going there. And
because I was going to ask Bueller, I was like, he said he was going to get, because you kept talking about getting that book, and I was like, let me ask Bueller. I was like, did he already get the book? Because and then like you were talking about, and then you were like, you didn't get it yet, and I was like, all right, cool. So now I'm just going to get it.
Yeah. I'm so dude, thank you so. Oh man, that's awesome. Thank you so much.
That presents really good for a 3.5, man.
Dude, it is awesome, man. Like it looks great, dude.
I know it looks better than my 2. I was like, I had to give him, like, I seen it and I was like, yo, I had to get it for him. I was like, yo,
I couldn't believe it. We were sitting there on What's Your Grill, and you're just like looking at him on eBay, and you're like, yeah, I just bought it for you. It's like, what?
So, like, because I already went. So it's on ComicHead now.
Oh,
so,
me. Okay.
Yeah, because I went too.
This one is a book. This is like one of maybe the handful of books of this character that I own. I'm not really a collector of this, but this book I've always been keeping my eye out for. The Demon in a Bottle. You know, classic. I haven't read it yet, but I'm eager to. I read I opened it up and saw the first couple pages, and he drunkenly flies through his window by accident.
Yep.
It was off to a good start. Yeah, just really iconic stuff. I found myself a little like honey hole. This little antique shop.
Keep that.
Yeah. So that one's staying with me.
White Whale will show up there in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah. Yep. New stand? I guess so. Yes.
Yeah. Actually, I actually have mine out because I have a couple of copies, but this one is my 12 pence copy that I've been keeping for a while. And nice. It's better you have the US version because they mark, see the slash.
Yeah.
So, yeah, because it doesn't work. But that's a beautiful Bob Layton cover. If I ever get Bob Layton to sign any book, that would be it.
Nice.
I'm still looking for that book too. Still hunting it.
Yep, and he's a whiskey man, as we know. and you stay away, White Whale. I'm not.
Yeah.
You stay on your end of Massachusetts, brother.
Okay, my next book. Before I go to my next book, I did put on. Somebody did recognize that I have a St. Patrick's Day Yoda shirt going on. Pretty much, you know, I always have I try to have a different shirt, as many different shirts as I have, related to what we're doing. So this is the St. Patrick's Day one. And the other one is somebody asked about treasury editions on the chat about top loaders for it. You are right. You do not slab treasury editions. And ironic you brought it up because I am on the hunt for a treasury edition. Not right now, but I'm going to get one at C2E2. There's one I'm looking for. The first Marvel DC crossover is what I'm looking for. And it's not a book that any of you know, but it's done by one man. Drink. Buscema.
And I'm sorry, did you say you don't slab a treasury edition?
You can't.
You can't
slab a celebrity edition. It's too big. It's too big. Magazines would be here. Magazines are a little bit smaller, and you can slab a magazine. I've never seen a treasury edition one there. So, and the other one is, they did that. I Got Issues is the one who brought out the shirt. So, what have I shown? What am I up to? Book number 3?
All right, what do we got?
4.
That should be 4.
Four. I'll show another Golden Age, break it up a little bit. Here's another Jungle Book with elephants. Here's another Kanga. This is a good one. This is Jungle 110 slabbed. This is the big book. Big slab. 6.0. Oh, my dog. I can't knock on anything. Beautiful one. I like this one because you got the hyenas down here at the bottom going at it. And one of my other things besides the good girl art, which of course there is, and yes, Tony, she has a knife. Or she's got a spear in this one. Beautiful album cover. This again, Matt Baker again. And a good one about this is beautiful cover I'm just going to show right here. It's in nice condition. Got this really, really. I saw it on eBay, and I think TJ or somebody sent me a message on eBay. Hey, this guy's trying to sell this thing. It was a buy it now. And I just messaged the place, and it's in Michigan, so maybe TJ knows the guy. And I called him up on the phone. I spoke to him about 20 minutes, and I said, I'll give you this for it. He called back about an hour later and said, all right, we'll do it. You seem like you're a fan. And I'm like, yeah, I'm a fan. So I got in there, another fiction house. This is 110. This is from 1949. A 6.0. I'm fine with that, obviously. And it's a fine-looking book right there, and a fine-looking good girl art, and elephant, and hyenas, and good fun. More Golden Age for everybody.
Golden Age. Jeffrey.
Oh, yes.
What do you got, bro?
I got Hulk, issue number 1. The Red Hulk.
First
Ed McGuinness.
Yeah.
And that is a Jeff Loeb, great storybook too.
It is, yeah. I just picked this one up. I actually got a really smoking deal on this book, and I only paid $5 for it, and it's in like mint condition. Yeah, I got it at my shop.
$5? They're selling it for 75 at the local shop here.
I saw them going on eBay for like 60. I was like,
yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah,
Liking.
Yeah.
Really? I got one of those in my box right now. Like,
yeah, no, should I
take it to C2E2 and get McGinnis? Because McGinnis is going to be there.
Dude, they're really. I know, John. I can't focus when you're sending me pictures of naked women. Jeez.
Oh, John Comics for Kids is in the chat. Then.
Yeah.
No, I haven't shouted out the chat in a while. So
this series, there's a couple of books in this series that are really starting to heat up right now, and I just picked a couple of them up, and they've already like quadrupled in price since I got them. So, yes, focus, right?
I like Mischievous John.
Yeah,
That's Mischievous John is funny.
It's like John After Hours. Like,
Yeah.
Hilarious.
he's a family man.
He's like, a day I'm a school teacher and a family man.
At night,
I'm sending you nude pictures.
Right?
I'm sending you a smut.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna show this. It's a slab. This was the first appearance of a Spider-Man villain. And it's also got well, let me just show it because then then JD can explain all the details of this book because it's got a lot going on.
All right.
So this is Strange Tales 123.
Very much so. That is a Thor Loki first Thor
Yep.
Doctor Strange. That is also a very cool Spider-Man crossover with Strange Tales Human Torch. And it's the first time it's the second time the Thing actually shows up with Human Torch outside of the Fantastic Four. That is a great read. It's slabbed, right?
Yeah, slab. This is 1.8.
Yeah, that's probably the condition mine is in. I keep mine right here in my Strange Tales box. I'm a huge fan of that book. It is the first time you get Loki, the Master of Mischief and Magician, and the Sorcerer. He's actually not the Sorcerer Supreme then. He's just Doctor Strange.
Yeah, Doctor Strange.
That's the Steve Ditko art in there. I mean, if you want, go on Marvel Unlimited and look at the art. The color contrast between Loki and the Thor battle, it's the colors and everything else. Every time the main character's there, the background's blacked out. And just it's black and white, and then it's color right there. It's really cool the way they've done it. Great book. Huge shout out to Tony Sanders, showing me one of my favorite books on the planet. Right there. I actually I was planning on doing a whole series on Strange Tales coming up, and that's one of my features.
There you go. TJ, yeah, put it on Instagram. No, not TJ.
Yeah, TJ, I'm working on a good copy. I mean, I have a pretty decent one.
But this is like it's funny to me because it's like it's a Spider-Man villain eventually, but like it's like you can get it in this book without being in the Spider-Man book.
Yeah, it's a great book. Yeah. And there's so much history in those early Strange Tales. People don't realize there's so much fun in there. 115 is the second Sandman, and true better cover of Sandman than Spider-Man 4. So there you go. Well, that's a good book.
Which you said first appearance of a Spidey villain?
Yeah,
Tony?
Beetle.
It's
Beetle.
the Beetle.
Okay, got it.
I should say it's the first appearance, not Blue Beetle. It's Beetle.
Beetle.
Yep, sure.
Blue Beetle's a golden age fun. So go ahead. Good job, Tony, freaking me out.
I dig it. Okay, I think I'm up, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. Magazine size.
Oh, I like it.
This one, there's a key to it. Found this for $2, and it is Marvel Super Special Magazine.
I remember.
And we have Star-Lord.
That's an early version, early Star-Lord.
So this is the first in-color Star-Lord.
Yes.
His first few appearances are in that black and white.
Right.
So this is first in-color Star-Lord. This thing is gorgeous, man. The artwork inside is one full-page image I wanted to show you. By a female artist, too. Janet Elizabeth Alicio from 1978. And at the end of Star-Lord's story, you see Star-Lord with a little naked Fraulein just looking out the space window of the ship. Really nice stuff.
You don't want to take a black light to that one.
Pretty clean, but you're right. I'm gonna avoid that. Yeah, man. So yeah, early Star-Lord action. $2, man. I couldn't pass it up.
That is cool.
Yeah, I was into it.
All right. Very cool.
I always look. So pieta is when someone's holding the chick, right? But what
holding,
do you call
holding anybody
Yeah.
who's not awake. You'll see one next on my next one. But Jeffrey,
what do you call?
Shout out the chat.
But real quick, what do you call? Is there a term for this pose, like the Star Wars
Cock block.
chick?
I'm sorry, I gotta say it right
Yeah,
there.
chick grabbing the hero's leg pose, because I feel like I see that as a trope also.
Yeah, we'll have to look that up. You know what? That might be something right there, comic. We have to say the leg grab, the cock block.
Yeah.
Cock block covers, we're gonna call it.
We gotta name that.
I'm gonna get in trouble. I know I am.
That's all right. We all do it in there.
So Jeffrey, who we got the chat?
All right, so we have poor Mike. Good to see you tonight, man. Alex the Comic Hoarder, thank you for stopping by. Appreciate that. JP's Budget Collecting, good to see you. We got our buddy Kachoon. Good to see you tonight, Kachoon. Thank you for stopping by. Metarog, good to see you tonight, Metarog. We got TJ the Slab Dragon Watson. Man, thank you as always for stopping by. Mr. Gretzky9966, another fellow Hulk collector right there. We've kind of got like a little friendly battle going on. Not a battle, but we're always comparing what we get and what we've got. Alex, I saw you. Alex Comic Quarter, Model Vault, DS Comics, Stephen Oates. Good to see you, Stephen. Nerd versus Fat, my buddy. Hope you're doing well tonight, man. Always good to see you. I believe we are caught up. Who dat? Did I talk? I think
Okay, hold on one second. Bueller just told me that Sam stole the the Fantastic Four book I sent him, and I guess I got to send him the X-Men '94 now.
Sam is house sitting for Bueller. Yes. Sam did a video earlier tonight from Bueller's house.
In the chat. Oh, it's a great video.
Yeah, because he's house sitting for him. Bueller was ragging him in the chat the whole time. It was funny. Count Von, yeah, there he is. Good to see you, Bueller. Count Von Strange, thank you for stopping by. Fuchsia, good to see you guys. From Heroes to Icons, thank you guys. But yeah,
Mr. Robert Garrell in the chat too.
Yeah, Mr. Garrell.
All right, let me show a Pieta cover now. This is a book again. I got at the con I went to that day. That's Sunday where I put that out, and this is a book I actually looked for, and it's not that it's hard to find. It just seems to be hard to find for me. And it's House of Mystery number 290. It's a nice, really nice shape. A couple of 1-2 ticks right there. And it's first appearance of I, Vampire, which is a really cool thing. And it's a Pieta cover. But it's just, there's something about this cover that just says, stare at it.
It sounds like headlights. It's headlights.
I mean, those have to be bolt-ons if you think about it. You know? You know, there's another book. There's a great Golden Age book where this girl's on her back and these things are pointed straight up at the sky. It's hysterical. Call them the bolt-on cover right there. But there you go. Beautiful right there. The blonde with the vampire. Beautiful. Reminiscent of course, you know, when you talk about vampire books and we talk about that pose, and we're talking C2E2, we're talking about Tomb of Dracula 1. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of looks like Dracula's wearing like a bow tie.
10, right? Yeah, 1 and 10, right? Because 10 does it too.
Right, a different woman, but yes.
Yeah.
But let me see if I have that right here, so I can do a comparison. I do. See the comparison. There's Tomb of Dracula 1.
Yep, good old Neil Adams.
Yep, and there you have that.
Whoever that dude.
I forget who did this. This is Joe Kubert, actually.
Okay, cool.
So yeah,
Andy Adams, daddy.
So there we go.
All right, so Jeffrey.
Okay, so this book that I'm going to show is based off of this book right here. It's pretty much a speculative book. I got this book Wednesday when it came out. Read this and immediately went on eBay and I bought this right here.
Ooh, okay.
Hulk. This is issue number 14. This is the 1 in 24 Red She-Hulk variant. This one has already. I paid $10 for this book, and you can't find it for cheaper than like 45 right now. So
yeah, that's a good book for you.
It's definitely going up in price, and I was pretty stoked to find it. I don't know. They say
who did the cover? Let me see it. Is it
They say-
It's a really cool cover. That's who did the cover? That's not Ross. That's I forget who did that cover. It's somebody in the chat will know. It's
yeah. It doesn't say on the cover of it. It's a Jeff Loeb and Churchill book.
Hold it back up. Let me see.
But they issue 15 is considered the first appearance of Red She-Hulk.
Adams. Yeah, that's a good.
But this would be like her first cover appearance, and I don't know what they would consider that, but yeah. So I had to get that one.
I'll put my money on Arthur Adams. I think that's who did that cover.
Oh, God, you're killing me.
So, all right, so I'm gonna show this book. Now I've seen this book, this cover, I don't know, like a few times. I think a few people have this book, but I was lucky enough to find one today, and I was like, and I bought it anyway. I don't even know why, but I just like the cover too, I guess. But this is Showcase 79.
Dolphin.
Headlights. Yep, headlight cover, dolphin.
Shine on the water.
A lot of people knock that book because it's completely out of place with all the Showcase books. But I'm going to give a tribute to breaking the mold on that one because that's a beautiful cover.
Yeah, because this one, and this is actually also the origin of Aqualad too. So
right.
Yeah, somebody said Ed McGuinness. Is that right? Maybe.
Ed McGuinness did a lot of covers.
The eyeballs on that one. Yeah. It's like he draws like a certain eye. Like if you look at his Storm.
Yeah.
And the eyes on that the cover that he had just showed us, it's Arthur Adams.
Yeah, on that dolphin, I feel like if you didn't see the DC logo, it would look like an indie book or something.
It would look like from that era. It looks a lot like a King book, which is Side Barry, like Phantoms and stuff like that from 1970s and stuff like that. But it's just the way it is. It's one of those books that I've never seen gone down in value. Constantly go up if you're a value guy. But it's also one of those that if you get it in a nice condition, you keep it and you love it.
Yeah, and it was like I had to get it, and my buddy was like, "You found my dolphin cover?" I was like, "No, I found my dolphin cover."
Nice. Good stuff.
Okay, I think I'm up. So this is my Tony nod pick for the week, and I'm not a huge Spider-Man collector, but my boy is Kraven.
Oh yeah.
And Stan Lee and Ditko is my favorite of Spider-Man to collect. And I don't know if you can spot why this particular issue made me think of Tony.
The Hunt.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. Well, that's true. You know what? I didn't even connect that. Yes, The Hunt, but it's issue number 34. Which is one issue after your cover grail of Underwater, the one you have slab right behind you. I think it's 33, yeah?
Yeah, 33, yeah, right there.
Yeah, so the one right after it is your boy, the Hunter, Kraven. In really good shape, too.
It's four away from his last one he did. I think the last one he did was 38, right? Did it go? He got upset when they revealed who the Green Goblin was.
Yeah, the Green Goblin was.
Oh, really?
Yeah. See, my favorite Ditko work, and I love the Spider-Man Ditko work, and I love everything, but I love his Strange Tale stuff. But that's one of those covers that I think people have to realize that Ditko, he created Doctor Strange. He also created Kraven. That's not a Stan Lee creation. That's not a writing by Stan Lee. That's one of those that if you ever asked, when Stan Lee did interviews, he goes, well, Doctor Strange, that was a Steve Ditko thing. Kraven, that was a Ditko thing. He didn't want anybody as violent as Kraven. Because Kraven was badass, He's he was the evil Ernie of his day,
Kraven is my favorite Spidey villain.
He's
and
mine.
that includes Venom. Looking at you, Venom. Goblin, the whole nine.
I like Venom.
Great.
Do you have a 15? Do you have an ASM 15?
I don't.
I am hunting for one of those, right?
Yeah, I really want one of those.
Tony, we'll be in. We'll see what C22 because I got a guy who's looking for another ASM, so maybe we can work out with deal with the guy who's got both.
Cool.
I mean, you got to think he's inevitable for the Spidey films, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like he's using Mysterio.
Well, yeah, but exactly. But you want to if you're gonna make a Spidey movie with Kraven, please do Kraven's Last Hunt.
Yes,
It's my favorite arc of Spider-Man.
Yeah, Kraven.
Anything else?
That should be the actual movie that they do.
It's an elephant cover.
If he shows up, they should just do the Kraven's Last Hunt. Like,
yes.
I don't even care if he dies, and if they just do that whole
it's a bold ending. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we got Roman Curtis in the house. Thanks for stopping by tonight, Roman.
Are we on our 6th?
No, not one. Yeah. We're on.
Yep.
Well, my 6 is going to be it's a few books because it's an homage to a couple of people. It's to White Whale. It's beautiful. I mean, I want to. It's just, thank you very much. White Whale sent. I made I bought, and I own a lot of Spawn newsstands, and I have a 1, but it would never get this grade. And White Whale had it, and I bought a 2 newsstand. He sent me a 3, and he bought me the 1 in 666 285, which is the only 285 I didn't have. 285 has a massive number of covers. It's like one of those. And he also sent me this number 3. But I'm going to show this right here. This is now a highlight, going to be on the highlight wall, as I have, my Spawn collection is a full short box plus, which isn't saying, there's only 300 issues, but I have a lot of the Witchblade and everything else, a lot of the Mark Silvestri stuff in there too. And I got a whole Violator run. And I just want to thank him for this. Thank him for sending this to me. It came in, it's beautiful, beautiful book. And, I thank you very much.
All right. So, Jeffrey, you want to do some shout outs real quick?
Yeah. DK Comics and Cosplay, thank you for stopping by. Javier Salas, good to see you, my friend. What he was talking about, Hulk 12 and 13, First Devil. I do not know much about those. Haven't seen those, no. Roman Curtis, good to see you. Thank you for stopping by this evening. I think we are caught up. But yeah, well, Mastodon, I saw Mastodon Comics.
Yeah, and the Model Vault's in here too.
Model Vault, for sure. John's got me all Twitter-pated over here, sending me naked pictures.
That's why you're flustered. So what book do you got, Jeffrey?
Next up, I have Hulk, issue number 15. This one is the one that they consider to be the first appearance of the Red She-Hulk. So
that's Ed McGuinness right there. That's
the other one's Ed McGuinness too. I looked it up, and
Ed McGuinness.
Yeah, that could have been Ed McGuinness. So let me see one more time. Let me see it one more time.
I just looked it up, and it is.
That's the variant. The variant is Ed McGuinness. He did the regular cover back then.
Because I just looked it up. This is Ed McGuinness variant 1 in 24. Boom.
It looks straight like Arthur Adams, man.
So I mean, I looked it up at mycomicshop.com. Maybe they're wrong, but they've got it. They do have it listed as an Ed McGuinness variant cover. So, and then I had to get the 15 to go complete with the series. So I've got the 13, 14, 15, and 16, 17 all in that. I'm finding a lot of them. I'm finding them cheap. So if you're out in the wild and you're seeing those, probably be a good time to pick them up right now.
Are expecting for her to be like a
okay. So in this book, Bruce Banner meets up with Betty Ross Banner, his ex-wife, who is the Red She-Hulk, and they're trying to kill Bruce Banner, but they miss and they shoot her in the head. And Betty falls to the floor like she's dead, and then all of a sudden her eyes just light up bright red. So, in my opinion, that would probably mean that they're going to introduce the Red She-Hulk into the series. And also watch out for the Red Hulk, because in issue number 14 at the very beginning, they bury General Ross. But as we are finding out, Hulks don't die. So now that they've introduced General Ross back into the story and Betty Ross, I'm assuming eventually you probably see a couple Red Hulk appearances. So could be something to watch out for.
Okay. Well, that is cool.
Hey, Jeffrey, would you consider that like first immortal Red She-Hulk? Do you subscribe to that
No, not really. But the way that things are going, if you don't get them now, they're going to get too expensive to get them later. Like issue number 2 with Dr. Fry, everybody's speculating that he's going to be something.
He won't. He's not a good character.
I mean,
I agree. I agree with you 100% on that. But look at the way that book has gotten out of control. You can't really get it. It's not worth. I don't think it's worth $80 plus, and that's what it's selling. So
you're right.
If it's something that you want to get, now is probably the time to get it before it does go through the roof or something.
I mean,
I'm glad you said it, because sometimes I feel like people are thirsty for keys. Like they want to make everything a key.
You know what? I totally quit following all that key collector app, all that crap. Like seriously, it's getting out of control, man. Like just buy what you want. Buy
every little thing.
I love you, Jeffrey. I love you, Jeffrey. Because I got some ridicule from people for selling my Immortal Hulk, saying, "Don't you realize it's going to go up in value?" I'm like, it will never be as much valuable to me today as me getting $150 for 7 books I paid $4 for 2 months ago.
Right.
So I was able to turn that into some Golden Age love or some Silver Age love, or I paid off portion of 110 or whatever I did with the money. It doesn't really matter. And I put it out on eBay just as a guess. If I get $75, I'm happy. I put no bid, 99-cent bid, and it went to 148 and change. And this is, I mean, I added a few extra books in there, and I didn't have that Zafino variant, but I am keeping my books that I love. I have I mean, if anybody was watching any of my other shows, I gave away Immortal Hulks. I still do. Yeah. I'm giving them away because, I think it's better for other people. I can't wait to get, but I'm buying the trade. I'm buying the trade when it comes out to reread the whole thing when it's all said and done, because that's one of those books that's one of those series that I want to read all of it together, because that's like a movie in its own right. Not saying they're going to be in the movie, but I'm just saying to me, the way that reads. And Al Ewing, all the credit in the world for writing a phenomenal series. And Al Ewing he's done justice to the horror level of comics.
He's not getting enough credit.
The original horror level of Hulk that he was. You're right, Jeffrey. Hulk was a horror character, and that's what he was invented to be.
True. Yep.
You go back to Avengers No Surrender. You go to the Immortal Hulk. And now even in the Avengers No Road Home, Al Ewing is just killing it, man. He is on something right now. Like, and
when Hulk was in the Defenders, the reason Hulk is not, everybody's like, Hulk's an Avenger. And if you ever saw my Avengers video with Thanatos, the whole point I said I can't put Hulk in the Avengers because he's only in one issue of the Avengers. Hulk was only an Avenger for the first issue. He is gone issue 2 because he's crazy, because he's kind of a villain.
He's like a wild card.
And that's why the Defenders, the only one he gets along with is Doctor Strange. And Doctor Strange, because he's also, if you ever read Doctor
Strange, kind of an anti-hero, man.
Doctor Strange is an asshole in every freaking book. Yeah, they made him seem like he was like an a-hole in the beginning of the like Doctor Strange movie. He's that way after he gets his powers too. He's never changed. And him and Silver Surfer, Norrin Radd, it's like, oh, he's such a nice guy. He's not. Namor, complete dick. That's why I love the Defender. Even Valkyrie is a pain in the ass for everybody to deal with because she just wants to stab people in the neck.
Yeah, well, Hulk's same way. He's really there for himself most of the time, and he's got only there. Oh no, man, it's
and legit. No Road Home, the best book of No Road Home, I know it's not like is 85, the one after 84, when Hulk gets armor and everything else like that, because that's when you realize Hulk needs to be contained, because the armor does a double-edged sword with him. It keeps him not from going completely ape shit too.
Yeah,
great series.
Good series.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm gonna show this book right here, which is I think it's the second appearance. Yeah, second appearance. No, I think first battle, but it's oh, I know. JD knows what this is. It's Thor 166.
Yes, that is the second appearance of well, all right, whatever. It's the third appearance of Adam Warlock. Technically, it's an homage cover that's been. To me that's an homage cover to 220.
Because it's like
126.
Because it's like the one in him and or Hercules, isn't it?
Yes, 126, which is redone again in 4 100 and something where it's him versus where the two Thors are going at it. But that book run 165, 166, that's a keeper, and that's one of my hidden keys I talk about is 165. If James Gunn is back doing Guardians of the Galaxy,
which they did say,
which they're bringing Adam Warlock in, because if you want it, you know, you don't have to defeat Thanos, you can't kill him, but you have to control him, and the only one who does is the badass Magnus, which is not in that book, but that's I'm not going to spoil it. But if you want to know the story, just read Jim Starlin. But when Kirby decided to start writing Adam Warlock into it after Fantastic Four, the character changes with Starlin in the 70s, but the character, that is one of the best books you can get, and it's a beautiful cover. I actually have 2 or 3 copies of it, and I'm afraid to get them slabbed. I'm getting my 165 slab. I want a beautiful white cover of that one, because that's one of my top 10. I mean, actually, I did on one of my Thor videos, I did one on how much I love the Adam Warlock cover, that 166. I think it's a better cover than 165, the black cover when it says him, you know?
Yeah.
He looks like He-Man and everything, but that's Thor versus He-Man, pretty much.
Basically, yeah, it's pretty cool.
The God Berserk isn't Thor. Good stuff.
Very nice. I got some more Stan Lee, 1960s classic Marvel.
Love it.
Probably my favorite one that I picked up. With someone who I don't hear enough love for, my boy Wally Wood.
Oh, wait a second. Time out. Wally Wood Daredevil? Beautiful.
Wally Wood, first red Daredevil suit.
Oh, look at him. I've been looking for that myself.
Yeah, man.
That's the first red suit. I know everybody says 6. He wears the red. No, he doesn't. He gets the red. He doesn't put it on until 7.
Yeah, yep. He's wearing it right in the first panel here. It's a lower. I mean, I don't know how low it is, but it's got some, you know, some creases through it. But man, when I seen it, at
what issue is that?
Number 7.
Oh, okay.
Number 7, and one of my favorite things is this is one thing that's been on my radar lately is date stamp.
Oh yeah, well placed date stamps are always cool.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of which, what is this one right here? It's got a star on her leg. You see that? Like the star.
I don't.
Tattoo.
Yeah, tattoo. I'd say.
Tramp stamp.
Hey, speaking of that, my favorite place date stamp book is this Adventure Comics, right? Adventure Comics with Superboy, and look at my boy's bald head with 6'1" right on the cranium.
I'm actually going to show one eventually. A date stamp I have literally across the woman a Conan cover where the date stamp is literally across her chest, and it's like it's literally like it's like it enhances the boobs because it's like the year is, I guess, 1970 whatever, and it's like the 7 goes down across and the 8 goes right over the nip. It's good.
Nice. Hey, tell me this, JD, because I was chatting with the shop owner here, and he was saying that the date stamp, that is the date that it hit the stands. That's the date it was meant to be pulled off the stand.
In the Marvel in the 60s, and it's different now and everything else. That when it says, what's the date on that?
February. The stamp says February. The cover says April.
Will be 2 months later. It's always 2 months later, because that's when the date on the top is when they were supposed to take them off the shelf. Okay, and rip the top off. Right, the date on the top is after that. They rip it off at the end of that month. They rip off the thing and ship it back, and they get credit. So a lot of them, you notice, they would rip off the top. The date stamp is the day the place gets the book, and they stamp it to put it out there because they're only supposed to keep them out for 2 months to the end of that month that's on the book. And then they would rip off the top and ship it back for credit if the book didn't sell. That's why you see a lot of books of the early 60s, 63, 64, 65, 66 especially, doing that. So
DS Comics says if the date stamp matches the actual date, it's probably a fake.
It's a fake, yeah. It's always 2 months before. And remember, the date stamp will always have all the dates, the month, the date, and the year.
Yep.
Yeah. So unless it's a big one, if it's a big one, it'll just have month and date. But most of them had there. It also depends on where you buy it from, because the East Coast had the full date, and the Midwest used to do a smaller date.
This one's just month and day. The one with the guy on he only has a 6 and a 1.
Then that's probably later 60s.
Yeah, I think it is.
Another thing about Wally Wood is Wally Wood's was batshit crazy, and he ended up doing porn comics in the 70s. So one of the books, Tony, it's C2E2, my buddy wants to go get, is a Gangbang 3 and make CGC grade it.
Gangbang 3.
Because they have to open up every page, right?
I think I have that on VHS.
I mean, if you don't know what Wally Wood did, Wally Wood did a comic, did a print one time that he got sued. He's dead, but he did a print one time where he had every Disney character in a gangbang. Wally Wood is one of the best artists of all time in the pre-code horror days and everything. Wally Wood's legendary, but he used to do smut. And you know, if anybody here knows any of this stuff, and you can all verify this, Wally Wood loved porn. He loved the porn. If he was around for Pornhub, he'd be like he'd be searching to like 256 pages. You know, he's crazy. So that's good.
So we thought it's time for the hustle.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, my hustle is a personal hustle, and I don't want to win, but I got this for $20. And this is Young Men, number 4. It's actually the first issue of Young Men, and this was a teen book from 1949. But why I like it is, get ready to drink. It's his first ever romance. Well, by the way, you could buy a gun and a radio for $19 from Wilson Chemical Company. That's what the back says. But there's a story here about, and I did on my Buscema video, I showed this, and I've been looking for this book for a while since, and these are hard to come by. But I want to thank the CGC forums for finding. Hey, they told me Shorty. This is like I read the story because I'm addicted. And it stinks. I can't stand the smell. But it's about a short kid playing basketball, and he ends up losing the girl and everything else, and she goes with the big jock, and then he goes through everything. But the best part about this book, this is early Buscema writing his first love story, and this is like his 4th piece of work he ever did, and I'm very happy to own it. So
nice.
That's why. I mean, it is my. I know it's not a popular book, but I don't do the hunt to win the hunt. I do the hunt to hunt.
Exactly.
I'm very happy to get it.
John is on fire tonight. JD out hunting for young men. Perfect.
So, Jeffrey, what do you got?
All right. So for this one, I got it for $30. It's worth more than that. I'm not sure maybe if it's as good as Young Men, but I got Savage She-Hulk. Yeah.
Hey, what is it?
So
newsstand.
Right. I actually picked up a raw copy of this too this week for $5, but I'm giving that one away. So I figured
this was the boxing one too. But by the way, about that cover, it's also the last Stan Lee story.
Oh, really?
Last character he invented, last Stan Lee story he wrote, other than he did a DC crossover.
Yeah, I'm in that club too, Jeff. I love that book, man.
This was one of my grails, and I picked this one up, and then I ran into a raw copy the other day, and I picked that one up, but I'm sending that one off to somebody, so I'm going to hold on to this one.
Yeah, She-Hulk's one of my favorite characters, man. She's underrated.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have a Savage She-Hulk in 9.2, but it was mine. I was a kid, though.
All right. My hustle, I was on eBay, and I found this key book, and it was like at $76, and then like I put out a bid like of like $2 something, and it was under $200, and I won it. And if you go on eBay now, if you look for a 0.5 of this book, you can't even get one for less than like $250, $300. So this is a key book. This is a 10-cent copy. 10-cent.
Nice.
It's Flash.
Ooh.
123.
Oh, first time they crossover, right?
That's an iconic one, man.
First time they meet. First time.
105? 105, I think?
Nope. 123.
123, okay. Very good. Wow, that's good stuff.
And Alex, the comic quarter, because I asked him, I was like, did I do a good deal? And he was like, he approved of it. He was like, yeah, everybody needs this in their collection. He said, Even he said even doesn't matter what grade, as long as you like, and it presents pretty good for 1.5.
It really does. I'm actually shocked at the grade. It must be some kind of piece of poop inside, but looks great.
But it's good, man. Like I don't know, I liked it. I was just like cool. So it's like first few, like first golden age.
Yeah, that's cool.
Meets the silver age, so I kind of like that. It was kind of cool, dude.
That's one of the covers that I always think about when I think of Flash, because that iconic. Well, I don't. They got a word for that race, right? Don't they? Like
Wally West versus.
Yeah, someone.
Oh yeah, it is an Infantino cover too.
Yeah, it's Carmine.
Yep.
Oh, nice. Yeah, his early DC stuff is awesome.
Yeah. So, Comic Head, what is your hustle of the week?
All right, man. My hustle, and I mean, I think it's a decent hustle. I'm not the guy that's like, hey, I was digging through some long boxes and, I found like a couple $100 book for $1. Like, I don't know.
Right.
I guess I don't dig enough, or I'm not lucky enough, or I'm not sharp enough to spot them. I don't know. So I'm not gonna front on any of it. I'll tell you what I paid and why I put it in the hustle category, because there's a little story to it. This is my Jeffrey shout out book.
What? I was waiting.
Yeah, because I don't really have too much Hulk, and let alone Hulk key books. And this one that has been on my radar.
Oh, Rocket.
My boy Rocket.
Yeah.
And the Hulk team up. And this was a fun read too. I read it. It's like it's Rocket with a whole planet of. I wish I'd seen more of them. Of like all
Jade, he calls them Jade Jaws or something, or Jade something.
Yeah, Jade Jaws on the cover. And there's like a whole world. I think it's like the planet that he comes from. It's like all anthropomorphized. There's a badass character like Black Rabbit, I think, and it's like this pretty like almost like an equivalent to Rocket, like a space badass black-haired rabbit. There's a bunch of cool stuff in there. For a white covered comic, it is like really clean shape. There's like minor things here and there, but I would say, I mean, I've been burned before, but I'd say it's got at least like an 8 or above, I think.
What's funny is that in that No Road Home series, Rocket Raccoon and Hulk, they meet back up and they're like kind of like buddies in that series too again. So
they're a great duo. Yeah, those two. There's just a funny dynamic with them.
Nice.
And the reason I'll classify why I put it in the hustle category is this guy at his shop, he was asking way too much. Here's the sticker. And I ripped off the name of the shop because you're not going to see it, guys.
Right.
Yeah. But the original sticker was $250.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, dude, I like that book, but I was like,
I was gonna say 75. That sounds like a pretty good deal.
Yeah, and I knocked him. So it was a double hustle. So I've been chipping away at this one for like a month now, because last month I started at $250, and I was like, cashing out, shooting the shit with him. I was like, hey, by the way, I like that Rocket book. I was like, I'm not sure exactly where you get the pricing, but that's really high, man. I was like, let me know if he goes down. And he even admitted it today when I bought it. He's like, I was trying to, cash in on the movie hype. I was like, yeah, you were.
Wow.
So 75 is what today when I walked in, I said, all right. So I guess he took heed to what I said. And then when I cashed out, since I bought a couple other things, I knocked him down to 50.
Oh, good job. Good job.
Yeah. So, Go Collect has like a 4.0 at like $50 or something.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I had a 9.2 slab about 5 years ago whenever the Guardians of the Galaxy movie debuted, and that's the way I used to sell my books. When the movie buy on the rumors, sell on there, but I had that run. I sold my 9.2 and I got about way over 250, 270 for it. And I actually regret selling it because I don't think I'll find that rare anywhere again like that. Congratulations.
I can't tell you how many times I passed up on that book thinking like $30 and $40 was too much, and now
my Guardians of the Galaxy, when I heard the movie, I didn't think it was going to be Rocket, Drax, Gamora, Star-Lord. I was thinking it was the original,
like Charlie 27.
Right, yeah,
right? Those guys.
Yeah, which I still hate.
Let's see what the chat says.
Put up our books.
JD has a young man.
JD went with young men with a fight and a love story. So
yeah. Jeffrey, you had She-Hulk. Yep, She-Hulk. And So you had that, and I had the first meetup of the Flashes, and then Comic Head had the first Rocket Raccoon
in comic.
So
I noticed there was a Rocky Raccoon.
Yeah, he was in Marvel Premiere. I forget what number. It was a magazine. There's like 4. He's like 3 issues in there, but that's actually what I consider. It's not his first appearance, but that's when there. But actually, it's just I forget what book it is. Somebody on the chat will know.
Yeah, you're right. It was one of those magazine formats, and I think this is when they called him Rocket for the first time. He was Rocky. Maybe they were Beatles fans. Rocky Raccoon.
Marvel Premiere 7. Thank you, Compound Strange. You're right. Yep, it had Satana on the cover, correct.
Yeah, right.
Well, I would say it's going to be between Flash and Rocket Raccoon.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be Rockets there.
Come on, don't tell me.
Well, we got a few Flashes. We're going to have to count them.
I was just saying, because like...
That Flash
you got to count everything.
I
got Roman Curtis and Robert Galvin are on mine.
Yeah.
Liking mine.
Yeah, we got...
I got 2 votes. Jeffrey got no votes. Jeffrey, come on, man. We love you.
It's okay.
Yeah, I think we actually have Rocket won.
I would not blame them for choosing that Flash book.
There's John's comic with kids who sent She-Hulk Born to him.
Woo! He's just saying that because he wanted to give me 1 vote. It's okay. Flash, Rocket, Flash 100%. Oh, we got another. I got 2. Flash, I see.
So, Comic Head has won the hustle.
Come on.
We have been unthroned. Yes, we've all lost.
Congratulations, ComicHead84.
Wow,
Kenny,
thanks,
good
guys.
job. By the way.
So you will be on the next.
Shout out to him for showing just ridiculous amount of great books.
So now what's going to happen is you have won.
Yeah.
So you'll be on the show with us next time as a host, a guest host. You have to defend your title against the next guest that we have.
Yeah.
So we'll have 4. We'll be 5 of us on here. We'll be a longer show. And
like
it's the
Jeopardy.
night before I go. It's a night before I go to Planet Komikhan.
Boop, 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 boop. Hey, you know what?
And
I'm into it.
Hey, when is the next show?
Well, the next week, Tony and I might be doing a hunt.
I'm going to be gone for the next show, so.
Well, no, the next show is you're at when you went in.
We'll be back for the original timing.
No, he's got WonderCon coming.
I've got WonderCon that next show weekend, so I won't be here anyways. So it'll
broadcast from WonderCon.
Well, I don't know. I'm gonna be on a train or a bus at that time, though.
I don't care.
I don't have a phone or Wi-Fi.
Oh.
Jeffrey live from the bus. That'd be awesome.
Jeffrey on the bus. So. You want to do? Tony, can we do it next week? I mean, we're gonna be buying shit on Friday, so
yeah. Probably so. We'll figure something out. But
we'll figure it out. We'll do it there.
Let's do the last cover. Let's do the.
Just keep me posted.
The theme.
Yeah, the theme. The
theme was grab your
one
favorite.
that I botched.
Well, it's okay because it was kind of like it was a botch by me. Actually, I'm gonna say it's mine, but I'm gonna show 2 for mine. I'm gonna show your favorite hero. But I'm
gonna tell the chat though. I'll be like, hey, y'all go look up this Flash 1, 2, 3 and get you some DC history. Go get Dee Comic Queen and she'll tell you.
There are thousands of those other books. There aren't thousands of this. I can tell you that right now. Anyway, I gladly pass the throne to Kenny any day. So
no problem.
So was your favorite hero on a cover that he is not on the he's not
on his on his main book
not on his book, so
yeah,
but I want him featured on it too, so I went with my favorite hero and my favorite villain on the same book in a Guardians of the Galaxy, because the best thing is Thor doesn't even show up in this book. It's an Andy Kubert, so I got a father-son combination between one of my books in there. That's Andy Kubert.
John's comics for kids. JD loves young men.
Yeah. There you go. And they have right there Thanos, Thor, beautiful cover right here. And I'm going to do an honorable shout out to another book I found out, which was this is the 7th or I guess 5th and 6th or 7th final appearance of somebody, but it's only his 4th in his original costume. Gwenpool number 21. There's a Paste Pot Pete presence, gentlemen. There's a Paste Pot Pete on this book. I went dug into there for somebody said something about Wednesday. Find a Gwenpool, and I was at New Comic Book Day, and I'm like, let me go through, and I pulled out this one. I said, what is she waving to? And I found out it's Paste Pot Pete. That's it. Other than he doesn't, the last time he appears on a cover, which I brought out here just to show you, is a Human Torch cover with Paste Pot Pete right here, looking badass. But you know, it's a superior weapon.
Looking badass.
But there it is, the superior weapon right there. There he is himself. It's the Paste Pot Pete. Look at that. Look at that splash page.
Oh,
Human Torch before. So it took him from a 25-cent age in 1974, probably 1974. This book was 74, 75. This is 25 cents. Know your prices, and till here to where you see him back in there. This is not Trapster. His mama called him Paste Pot Pete. I call him Paste Pot Pete.
Triple P.
That's it.
Oh, Matter Rock, you became the Trapster.
Well, I refuse to acknowledge that. It's still Paste Pot Pete to me.
So Jeffrey, what did you get?
All right, so I kind of botched this one myself, but I got Immortal Hulk variant for issue 14 with Spider-Man and Sandman on the cover of it.
Where's the Hulk, Jeffrey?
He's not on there. I thought that was the point, right? I thought you had to get a Hulk book without the whole comic. So, I mean,
but we'll go with it. All right. So my book was like I never seen this before, but I thought it was kind of cool. It's a Submariner 30 with Captain Marvel.
Beautiful, right?
Yeah,
there.
right.
Marvel in the background. That's actually a great story.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So yeah, I actually did read this, so it is pretty cool.
It's a great story, isn't it? You know, it's out of nowhere it happens. You know, it made no sense but then it makes perfect sense at the end. You know.
Yeah, and it's like, and if you don't know, like Rick Jones is Captain Marvel, so he does the clang thing, and he turns into Captain Marvel, which is kind of like Marvel's kind of not at Shazam, yeah, basically.
Yeah.
So that was my book right here.
Rick Jones and Submariner hate each other. It's great.
Yeah.
He was supposed to ruin Rick Jones's wedding. It was great. Rick, there's so many bullshit in the comics, but I'll tell you what, Submariner sleeps with Rick Jones, and he sleeps with Sue Storm. He sleeps with Rick Jones' wife, and sleeps with...
I was like, hold on now, JD. You and these young men now.
Bust my chops all you want. This was a book back in the day. This is what you cats would have been reading. You weren't up to no drugs and everything else. This was 1940s right here. It's 40s love. A lot of love for the young men right now.
Yes.
So,
okay.
What do you got, man?
So, thank you, Jeffrey, for not making me feel so isolated. But I think, like I said, I can repurpose this because here was my understanding was best cover where the title characters are not on it. Now, and this is my JD shout out, even though the true one is the bondage one, which maybe I'll bust out for the next one if it's within the next couple weeks, right?
Absolutely.
That one's in the pipeline.
Next week, yeah.
And this one, but it'll apply if we kind of go with that Taskmaster is my favorite character.
Oh, he is?
Yes, for the purpose of this conversation, for the purpose of this vote.
Okay.
Taskmaster.
George Perez.
The Avenger. I know you're a big George Perez guy. Are you in the middle of getting this one signed?
I'm actually decided
C2E2, I think.
I'll go into that at the end, but I'm not going to get that signed for a reason. Because I'm going to hit him with 4 other books, and I'm going to show them at the end of this. So, but I am going. I wanted to get that signed by George Perez, but that again, somebody mentioned a good point about if it's a George Perez iconic cover, that might not be the one that I'd want.
Yeah, there's a lot to choose from.
Comics Revealer says Submariner is the Buff Bagwell of Marvel.
Too buff, baby.
Nice. If you like Taskmaster, that's perfect. But you have the
I do
the Deadpool one where Taskmaster where Deadpool on the cover looks at Taskmaster and says, "Man, you done knocked out the Thor." It's a great cover. It's called Avengers Initiative. I forget what number it is. I have it. I'll send it to you. Give me your email address. I have a couple of copies of that because it's hysterical.
All right. So what's the chat think? Who had the
Who wins? I don't have a young men this time. I'm gonna throw up the badasses.
Between JD and Tony, let's be real.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think I need to.
Big Will has
respectfully
arrived.
bow
Hey,
out
Big
this
Will, how are you?
Photographic reflexes. That's right.
All right, Model Vote is your favorite hero on a cover of somebody else's book, but not on his cover. Like, you know, like I got Captain Marvel here on
mine
some
is my
character's book.
hero and my favorit villain.
Don't feel bad. I didn't understand either, Model Vault.
It's not that hard to understand. But
it really isn't, honestly. When I saw it in writing on Tony's IG post, because that was earlier, like a few hours ago, I was reading Tony's IG post, and I was like, wait a minute. When I started in writing, I was like, I think I botched that.
Honestly,
it really wasn't that complicated. My brain fucked it up.
If I'm going to vote, if I were to vote, I'd vote for Tony. I'm not throwing it, but I would vote for Tony because that Submariner book is pretty badass.
Yeah, it really is.
It's a good story. It's
a great story. It's actually the whole Submariner is an underrated read. I'll leave it up there just for shits and giggles. But
how often do you see Captain Marvel chilling at the beach too?
I know. That's too.
There's a book with Captain Marvel. Tony, you might have to tell me which one it is, where he's kind of going up against the Fantastic Four out of nowhere. But then you find out.
Well, there's one. All right, there's that. I'll find out about that. But there was one I was going to get for the hunt, but I didn't get it, and it was Avengers '89, and it's for Captain Marvel's in the electric chair.
Yep, I have that right here. It's a beautiful book. That was actually one of my. I actually talked to somebody because that's of course, you know who cover, but it's.
Bueller. Hey, Bueller. Yes, ComicHead gets to come back. He won.
Yeah, he does.
So Bueller, and actually Bueller is the one that came up with the rule, basically.
Yeah. Thanks, Bueller.
Called the Bueller rule.
It's the Bueller rule. So you get to come back and defend your title. So basically, you are an honorary hunt member.
Do you have your next guest lined up yet or no? Like, I like to stalk my prey. You know what I'm saying? Before.
Well, it was supposed to be like as far as I knew, it was supposed to be Who Dat. He was supposed to be on, but I'm not sure. But then White Whale, he wants to be on too.
Ooh, I'm afraid of Who Dat. I'm afraid of his ass, man.
Well, I want you and White Whale shopping at the same shop would be fun.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So I want
that'd be funny.
What Bueller say? Oh yeah, Bueller.
All right, so let's give this to Tony.
So yeah, I won the theme cover. So now that you won the hustle, so what do you want the next theme to be?
Yeah, you got to choose a theme.
Yeah, ComicHead.
Ooh, the theme's on me too. Okay.
While you're thinking about that, let me chat a question. I've been asking about C2E2. So C2E2 is next week, and Tony and I are going to be there.
Hold on 1 second. I had to show this book because I just thought it was freaking hilarious. But I didn't put it in my hunt, but I just found it, and I thought it was kind of hilarious. Because, you know, with the Spider-Verse movie going on, Peter Porker being a big deal or whatever. So
the Craven one?
No, I got this one. I got the homage to 50.
Nice.
I have Raven's Last Hunt, which is Raven is a bird.
Yeah.
I own that one. Somebody got that to me to do for one of your for this one.
Model Vault says most dropped book in your collection for the theme.
Oh wow, that's messed up.
So
I seen that video, ComicHead. I'm sorry about that, bro.
Yeah, it happens.
My George Perez scenario is I plan on getting 4 books signed by George Perez going up at C2E2. This is the last cover he did. Almost a drop up there, but that's because
do not pay attention to Bueller, ComicHead. Do not do that thing.
This is the last one. This is the first cover he ever did. I picked up this. I don't know if you guys watched. I did it for $7 on Wednesday at New Comic Book Day. I went through their bin and I said, "You got Creatures in the Loose number 34, and they're like, yes, and it's in nice shape. I'm not going to say it's a 9, but I'm going to say, hey, you know what? For $7, I'll take it. And this is the first George Perez. This is in the early 70s, mid 74, 75, around there. But then I have my 2 slabs I'm going to have cracked open. And I'm kind of nervous about the C2E2 thing, but this is one here. This is his first Avengers. This is my 30-cent price variant. I think, Tony, I sent this to you. I said, what do you think if I get this signed? I mean, signed by George Perez right there. This is, by the way, George Perez's first Avengers and first solo cover he ever did. And it's the 30-cent price variant. But then I was going through my books to get Tyler Kirkman to sign, and I'm like, damn, this would be the only one on the planet to ever
See, but the only thing about that one, though, is it's a 9.8, and it's like, ooh, that's so scary.
Yeah, and here it is. This is signed by Todd McFarlane already and Dave Michelin, the guys that invented Venom. Dave Michelin invented him, and McFarlane drew him first. Don't let anybody tell you that McFarlane invented Venom. He didn't. Michelin invented him. So, and I probably pronounced it wrong, whatever. But I'm going to get Tyler Kirkman to sign it, who did this cover. But this is an homage to Infinity Gauntlet #1, which was drawn by George Perez. What do you guys think if I get Perez or Kirkman up here and Perez over here? What do you think? Good idea?
I think it'd be cool.
It'd be the only one because, I mean, I know I got a list of how many have these been signed by Perez, and apparently CGC said we don't have Perez on any of these.
Oh, well, that'd be cool then to be the only one or first one.
Kirkman's alone signed books of these go for like $200. I tell you, I paid less than whatever, and this book has been around. This thing's been around more than somebody's mom, and it's been out there. And you got here McFarlane, and you got Michelin right here. So
see, I'm thinking about taking this one. Because I already got signed by Wolfman, but
I got that book. That's
what you're gonna get? Oh, the
Teen Titans one, and then
and that'd be a great one. I love that. We're gonna have a good time in that line because it's gonna be you, me, Catherine, Seawood. Seawood's gonna be there. I know a bunch of other guys are gonna get some. Midwest Comics. Paul's gonna be doing it. A bunch of guys at C2 are gonna get there. So,
oh yeah.
Galvin says personally do his Avengers. Don't forget, I also got the first cover. I'm going to do that too. I got to get his first and last would be nice, right? Since he announced his retirement 2 weeks after this, and this was there. But again, this is kind of like a sketch cover he did for someone a while back that he reissued. So, but I'm caring about for my own thing. These will all be CG Seed Slab, which I don't do because like I'm bringing this book, Tony. This guy Kevin Nolan is going to be there. I'm going to get a sketch by him. Honest to God, I'm gonna pay nothing for him to do a Doctor Strange sketch, and he did this. This is the last issue of the run, but I'm gonna get him to sign this. I guarantee you, he's dirt cheap. And I'm gonna get Neil Adams to sign. Too much.
Yeah, those are great picks.
Yeah. It's gonna be crazy.
I got a topic, so I'm gonna go with one that was thrown in by the chat, because the chat has been firing off some topics. And I like where NYC's head is at, where he said, best obscure title cover, non-Golden Age, though, because that's almost everything, you know?
Yeah.
So if we get out of the Golden Age, I would say, you know, Silver Age and on is.
But what qualifies as obscure?
Gangbang #3 would be obscure.
Yeah.
So like not something that's not a mainline character.
I have a gold.
Yeah, I think that's fair. If anything that's really not your main Marvel, DC, and Image characters, even like the household names of the guys like Dark Horse, but you know, just the more offbeat titles. Let's see what kind of cool covers we can find. Some of those offbeat books, which means they might be great picks in dollar bins. I mean, you know,
yeah, for sure. That's where I'll be.
I should go with Missing Pieces by Alec Keating. I'm going to be best. That is not obscure. That's a
nobody can use a White Whale book. No
if you did, you'd go with issue 2 because I already told him issue 2 of his series has one of the dopest covers I've seen of like a vulture up on a telephone wire. I love that.
My wife was reading them. She was reading one earlier, and she's like, "This is pretty good." So
yeah, it was good. Yeah, so I say let's try that. And you know, I wasn't even gonna bring it up because the theme was off, but the theme, since I thought it was where the characters are not on the cover, one that I was gonna go just totally wacko. And,
Doom Patrol.
It's Doom Patrol. They're not on the team's not on the cover,
but it's the guy's cat, right?
It's it might be. I don't know, but
yes.
He's got human. They put human like photo eyes on the cat, and my favorite part was that the title header is a VHS tape.
Nice.
That says Doom Patrol, and all this fine print says tons of wacky shit. When you read the fine print, you know, and these little aliens are in the comic. But yeah, this thing was just bizarro, and I just love that VHS header. So I had it sitting here because the team wasn't on it.
So we're doing obscure books, just like
Tony. We're gonna have a good time. We're hunting for Gangbang 3 is what I'm saying.
Yes.
I just want to make CGC slap that book. I want CGC have to go through page by page of that book and be like, what the hell is this? The whole centerfold is every Disney character in a gangbang.
Wow.
Yeah, if you can get Gangbang 3, the comic, I'll pull out my Gangbang 3 DVD. I'll put it in the hunt.
YouTube after dark.
Oh man, that's crazy. So next hunt, it'll be all of us, even ComicHead84. He's now got to defend his crown, so he is a member of the hunt team.
Thank you so much, guys.
Until he is dethroned. Once he's dethroned, then the next person, whoever.
Come at me, bro. Come at me, bro. What's up?
Biggie Shack. I want to shout out to Biggie Shack for a minute here. Biggie Shack's channel is doing great. And I want to show Biggie Shack something I found today. It doesn't count for the hunt because I'm the only one who's going to get it and you are. Look what I got. Look what I found.
Oh, isn't that like a rare thing?
Yeah, it's a rare 221.
Yeah, Biggie loves Spawn.
And I'm a big Spawn guy too. He missed some of my Spawn covers earlier, but I'll just show him this one. Man, I was happy to find this thing. Look at this. Beautiful. And really nice shape too. Near mint. Plus, the guy said, oh, you know who Violator? I'm a big fan of Violator. So actually I was showing the Violator series here.
Did you ever get I got that one too. I got that. But did you ever get the one where he's got the Spawn Infinity Gauntlet homage cover?
Spawn Kills?
Yeah, that one, yeah.
Actually, the whole series is hysterical. You would love it as a Captain America fan. You would, because he's just fucks him up. It's just good shit. I mean, you got Joker, Batman, you got Captain America in there, you got Fantastic. I mean, you got a lot of good stuff in this Spawn Kills Everybody universe. I mean, he dresses like Thanos.
Let me ask who that? Are you coming on the hunt next episode? Let me ask. Let me see. We'll see what he says.
Yeah, who that? I haven't read a Spawn book in a really long time.
No, they're better now than they have been.
Is McFarlane still involved?
He's writing it. He's writing.
Oh, he writes it. Wow.
Yeah, he's been writing it. I think since 270 something. Biggie might be able to help me out with that. Yeah, but he's been writing them for a while. Again, Spawn is very underrated. Al Simmons is an unbelievable character, but I kind of think Spawn had its run and then died out, but it's picked up in a way that I think is best there is. And I know Matina does the cover. I know Matina's cover swiping everything or whatever, but every cover is Spawn, and Spawn is $1 less than every book you can get. Except for the Spawn Kills universe, that's still $3.99. Everything else was $2.99. Most modern ones. So. Jeffrey, how we doing, my friend?
Good, man. Good.
So, if you want to shout out everything on our chat channels coming up, Jeffrey, you're so busy. What do you got going on?
Tomorrow. What is it? Friday today?
Yes, Jeffrey.
All right. I got tomorrow. I'm doing a coast to coast with Rod, and then I'm pretty much off until the next weekend. Don't have a whole lot going on right now, actually. I just put a a recent haul video out today, and I do have some videos I got to make, but I haven't done them, so that's about it right now.
ComicHead, what do you got going on?
Well, nothing too crazy, but other than the next hunt, keep your eyes out. But I'll use my plug time to plug the homie Bake the Snake, because Bake the Snake is doing his basically first live stream. Not only is it an auction with great books, if you want to see what he's putting up for list, it's all on his eBay page. It's his birthday, so we're celebrating his auction, we're celebrating his birthday, and we're celebrating his first live stream. So everyone check in. I think there's a good chance that myself and NYC will probably be helping him out with some of the hosting duties and stuff. I think maybe just to get, like the way he worded it, hey, you got any books you want to sell if I got to take a piss break? So I think I will oblige, and I have some cool stuff. I'll give you guys a heads up. You know what I think I'm going to put out there? Because I'm working on a secret grail from the guy that owns that shop. I'm going to put my 9.4 first appearance of Better Ray Bill up on Bake the Snake's auction tomorrow.
Oh,
yeah. So if you guys have that one's been on your list or whatever, I'm going to put it up for grabs.
It's a great book. I love that one.
Yeah, so check out Bake. Show him some love tomorrow. I think it's like 5 p.m. Eastern time. So
nice.
Support the homie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely be watching that, and I'm gonna try to sneak on there too.
Yeah, you should.
You got C2E2 coming up, but we got to support Bake.
Yeah, I definitely got to support Bake.
If he shows some gold, I'm gonna lose my shit. So.
6 p.m. Eastern, NYC correction.
Oh, okay, cool. So, only thing I got going on is, man, the Grail show coming up. Comic Books NYC is going to be on there with me, and I'm in the middle of working with a group of individuals. We're doing another show.
Yes.
You heard it here first.
All right. There is another show coming out similar to The Hunt, but it's not The Hunt. It's called The List. It's what you're looking for. And a couple of us are going to be in there, including, we'll say John's Comic with Kids is involved and a few other people. We'll be doing a big announcement coming up on that show coming up soon.
It's got a little trailer.
Yep. And what else is going on? Oh, we have an auction tomorrow night on the Comic Core is doing an auction tomorrow night. I'll be on it. Comic Spectre will be on it. Who Dat, hopefully for a little bit. Russell, Carson will be there. It'll be fun. And I mean, it's just good shout out. And we're gonna get. Oh,
Bueller, are you on the show? Is Bueller on the show?
We got Who Dat. We got a lot of good people on that show. I don't even know what that show is.
Bueller, do you want to be on the show?
Tony, you are captain. We got Who Dat.
We get Bueller on there.
We also have the Slab Dragon himself, Mr. TJ Watson.
Yeah, TJ's gonna be on there. It's gonna be TJ,
John, me, Tony, me,
Jeffrey, because we gotta have our MC.
we need comic relief from Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Hold on. Are you saying you're gonna have TJ on a want list show?
Yeah.
Yes.
That
He has
sounds
a want list.
gripping.
He has a want list, and it's pretty impressive.
I'm so intrigued to see what's on Slab Dragon's want list.
I keep his want list up, and I keep an eye on that thing. And every time I find one of those books, we send it to him. And I'm like, look, I found one on his want list, and he always beats me to it. Like if I'm bidding on something, I think I might get this for you. He outbids me, aggravates me. But I do have some stuff for on the want list show. But the want list is going to be like, I have a list of books that I don't have every Kirby Thor. I'm missing like a small amount, and I'm going to go after them. But it'll be fun because I plan on doing some list stuff for the hunt. My goal is Tony, this is why you should be captain, is combine our list with our hunts too.
Oh, it'll come around that way because
basically
what we're going to be doing on this show is, like we said, like everybody has a list. Everybody has, a book that they want that's on their list that they're trying to get. So what we're doing is we're talking about our books that we have on our list, and we'll be having people come on talking about their books on their list. So, and it's like we'll be like, and like we're not, we'll be looking it up, we'll research it a little bit, like the amounts, how much they go for, what's a good price to spend on a book like that, and it depends on what the book is. But you heard it here first on the
We'll
Hunt.
be helping each other out too. That's the other thing. We'll be saying if this isn't a good deal. You reach out to these. We're going to reach out to each other and say, hey, here I have a chance at a Thor 134. It's $45. It's in this condition. What do you think? And that's part of the fun. And we'll be recording those information and kind of sharing it with everybody. It'll be fun.
Bueller said, Tony, you know my list.
I believe it's X-Men 94.
The black and white version.
The sketch variant. The sketch variant.
It's so great. So.
Oh, well, guys, it has been a blast. We didn't hope we didn't keep everybody up too late. Really, you're killing me.
Sniper.
Oh, so we will catch y'all on the next episode of The Hunt, and ComicHead84 will be with us, and we will find out who the new guest will be, special guest, because either he's going to be on The Hunt again as the champion again, or he's going to get dethroned.
You got to come for this strap, big dude. Come at me, brother.
So y'all have a good night, and I'll catch y'all later.